Hello and welcome to Football Daily, where today we're bringing you the 10 most emotional moments in football history. Athletic Bilbao and Real Sociedad unite. Though Sociedad smashed their Basque rivals 5-0 in 1976, the scoreline wasn't the most important thing to happen in the fixture. It was a gesture from the two sides at the start which made this game so special. After the Spanish Civil War in 1936, Francisco Franco became a dictator in what became known as Francoist Spain. During his rule, Franco's goal was to turn Spain into a totalitarian state much like Nazi Germany, and when he died in 1975, he was the cause of approximately 200,000 to 400,000 deaths. Even though this particular Basque derby came a year after Franco died, his laws were still in place, meaning regional flags such as the Ikurriña and the Estelada were illegal, as was speaking Basque or Catalan. Bit-part midfielder Oranga was a Basque nationalist though, and it was his idea to sneak in the Ikurriña flag and to present it during the walkout. Both teams agreed to the gesture and paraded the Basque flag with pride, which eventually led to the legalization of the symbol 6 years later. Can consoles Canizares. Both Can and Canizares suffered Champions League heartbreak in the 2 years before the 2001 final. Can lost the 99 final to Man United in injury time, and Canizares lost the 2000 final to Real Madrid in a 3-0 humbling. In 2001 though, there was redemption to be had for one of the keepers, but it was the Volcano who would come out as victor on this occasion, as Bayern won on penalties after the keeper saved Mauricio Pellegrino's spot kick. Canizares had just lost his second Champions League final in a row and was in tears lying on the floor. Can spotted him, and after he finished celebrating, he went straight over to the Spaniard to comfort him. This incredible act of sportsmanship was recognised by UEFA as he was given the Fair Play Award for his actions. R9 ruptures his knee ligaments. We've covered Ronaldo many times, but he could have genuinely been ranked alongside Pelé, Maradona and Cruyff if it wasn't for his injuries. The striker had it all, and when he joined Barcelona at 19, he scored an incredible 47 times in 49 appearances. This should have been the beginning of a long and record-breaking career for Ronaldo, and though he won a second World Cup, 2 Copas America and 2 league titles afterwards, he never managed to reach the level he was at before his knee injuries. Despite underwhelming in the 98 World Cup final due to suffering a seizure before the match, it was his second knee injury at Inter which really made us feel sorry for El Fenomeno. It hit him in November 99, and after 5 months out, he made his comeback in the Coppa Italia final against Lazio. To say things didn't go to plan is an understatement, as 7 minutes in, Ronaldo injured his knee again and missed the entirety of the next season as a result. All of the Inter players were distraught, and so was every neutral across the globe. Casillas and Xavi leave Spain. Iker Casillas and Xavi Hernandez were the faces of Madrid, Barca and El Clásico for years before they left their respective clubs in the very same summer. Both were inconsolable while saying their farewells, as they waved goodbye to the clubs where they had spent the entirety of their careers. The two players combined for 1,492 appearances between them and over a decade spent together with the Spanish national team. But while Xavi left on top and was treated ceremoniously throughout, San Iker was frozen out at the Bernabeu. Despite Casillas captaining Madrid to La Décima, Florentino Perez forced the stopper out of the club, and Xavi accused the merengue president of being ungrateful for Casillas' contributions to the team, a sentiment shared by many fans. Baggio's penalty miss. There were high expectations of the Ballon d'Or holder Roberto Baggio ahead of the '94 World Cup. The divine ponytail netted 5 times on Italy's route to the final, but pulled his hamstring in the semis and had to play through the pain in the final against Brazil. As a result, Robbie wasn't at his best, and it remained 0-0 between the two sides after 120 minutes. Both teams missed their first penalty of the shootout, and after Italy missed their 4 through Massaro and Dunga slotted his one away for Brazil, it was down to Baggio to keep the Italians in it. But he skied it over the bar and was cruelly denied the fairy tale ending his tournament deserved. The image of a devastated Baggio became iconic, and the miss will always remain an unfortunate chapter in what should have been a glorious story. Kantova saves rival's life. Jabba Kankava is a name that even the biggest footballing hipster wouldn't have heard of before he saved the life of Dynamo Kiev vice-captain Oleg Gusev. After challenging for the ball with the Dnipro keeper, Gusev was knocked unconscious. Spotting that the Dynamo man's tongue might be blocking his airway, Georgian Kankava sprang into action, flipping over his opponent and moving Gusev's tongue so that he could breathe. Gusev's life was saved, and Kankava's quick actions saw him awarded the Ukrainian Order of Merit. Beckham's final 5 minutes. David Beckham was the global face of football since his teenage years. From the tabloids snapping Posh and Becks non-stop in the late 90s to becoming a Galactico at Madrid, the camera seemed never to be off him during his playing days. After stardom in Manchester, Madrid, LA and Milan, Beckham finished his career in Paris, making 14 appearances in his final season as a professional. His last game pulled the heartstrings though, as he was made captain in PSG's final home match against Brest. In his last 5 minutes on the pitch before he was subbed off in the 80th, Becks was a teary-eyed mess, and once his time was up, he sobbed even more, walking off the pitch while being hugged by every single PSG player. A heartwarming way to end a long and illustrious career. Abidal lifts the Champions League trophy. We've got a little special with Abidal coming up soon, but we couldn't resist telling you about our favourite memory of the Frenchman. In March 2011, Eric was diagnosed with a tumour in his liver and underwent life-threatening surgery. Many doubted whether the defender would play again, but the football world came together in solidarity with him, as Madrid wore Animo Abidal shirts and even had the gesture on their scoreboard, showing that some things surpass rivalry. Astonishingly, just 2 months later, Abidal was starting in the Champions League final against Man United, in which the Catalans came out victorious. What made it extra special was the fact that Abidal was given the captain's armband to lift the Champions League trophy, a truly special moment. Tito Villanova. A gut shot to every culé, Tito Villanova's battle with cancer hung like a cloud over Barcelona during his 1 season in charge of the club. Pep's heir as Blaugrana boss, Tito had a great start to what promised to be a long and successful managerial career. He led Barca to win La Liga in his first season, equaling Real Madrid's record of 100 points and only losing 2 matches. During the season though, in December 2012, Tito was diagnosed with parotid gland cancer for the 2nd time. And whilst he was going through chemotherapy and radiotherapy, Jordi Roura took responsibility for the first team. Tito returned to the dugout in March 2013, but eventually resigned from his position in July due to a relapse, as his treatment meant he was unable to focus fully on his job. Sadly, he passed away in April 2014 at the age of 45, and the players in the Camp Nou gave tribute to their former manager, while Pep Guardiola looked a broken man on Bayern's bench after the loss of his best friend, not even reacting when his players scored. Villarreal fulfilled cancer patient's dream. 13-year-old Gohan dreamed of scoring a goal for Villarreal at El Madrigal, and in 2014 he managed to do it. Unfortunately, the boy wasn't an academy prodigy, but was in the midst of cancer treatment. This happened in a charity match set up between the Yellow Submarine and Celtic, in which all the proceeds went to a children's cancer research charity, so kids like Gohan can continue to beat this horrible disease. Villarreal treated the kid as if he was one of their own players, giving him the number 12 shirt, warming up with the side before the game, and letting him get proceedings underway with a kickoff. But not content with that, he even went on a Messi-esque run and slotted the ball away. Nice one, Gohan, and nice one, Villarreal. So those were our 10 most emotional moments in football, but what would you have included? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, click on screen now for more great content, and as ever guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.